Welcome back again to the channel, Kings and Queens. You all know the G20 summits have been trending back to back on the internet for the past few days, and Trump himself said he's not going to attend to the G20, and South Africans are asking him that who is he to tell them what to do in their country, or who is he to talk about South Africa in that way? Because the way he stated South Africa, he really talked about South Africa in a very bad way, telling the world that South Africa is not a good country or not a country to visit or go to. Let's hear from South Africans what they have to say about Trump's reaction to the G20 summit in South Africa. Please don't forget to like the video, share the video and subscribe.
So Trump is not going to come for the G20 negotiations, of which is a disrespect to South Africa, but Trump, man, he can go to hell. We don't need him. South Africans, we don't need America, guys. America is dying, like it's dying. We're taking over the global reserve. Okay, of course China is doing that. Even though people say it's the BRICS, guys, it's China that is going to take the reserve currency. It's not going to be the BRICS. Understand? Anybody who wanna debate on this one, I'm ready. Because what's the number one closest competition to USA? Is it the BRICS? Is it Russia? Is it South Africa? Or is China? It's China. China is going to take over the global reserve currency. We're just not sure how bully they're going to be, but we know China's rule. They never start war with anyone. They only retaliate, of which is a good thing. So this issue of Trump bullying South Africa was a wake-up call to South Africa, according to His Excellency Mr. Ramaphosa. So he said he's made some initiatives to negotiate with other countries, to trade with other countries, so that they can strengthen our relationship with foreign countries when it comes to trade, of which it was a great thing. You know, we can criticize Ramaphosa's work, we can say he's a criminal, this and that, but the guy is doing, the way he's defending us, ne? I don't think Jacob Zuma was going to do that. I mean, I don't think he was capable of doing that. But like, Ramaphosa is so matured, his temperament, his responses, man. I think we gotta give it to him, guys, at this point. Like, we gotta give it to him, guys.
South Africa will not pander to the United States, according to the South African President Ramaphosa. Also, from the government of South Africa, the South African Minister of International Relations and Cooperation stated that they do not believe that the absence of the United States should paralyze the G20 from deciding and adopting a declaration. Listen to this and hear it straight from the horse's mouth before I say what I have in mind.
We do not believe that the absence of the US should paralyze the G20 from deciding and adopting a declaration.
I mean, if you reach an agreement and a declaration, surely it can't be easy to implement that, especially when it comes to financing and the global financial infrastructure, if you have the richest country in the world looking the other way. Are you worried about that it will be a declaration that's going to go nowhere?
Yeah, obviously that's a concern, but as you are aware, other institutions of the UN are already paralyzed because of this withdrawal of the US in some of the international platforms. We think that the G20 should send a clear message that the world can move on with or without the US, and that the implementation will not be easy. Obviously, it will not be a walk in the park, but when there is global consensus, we can be able to find persuasive means to enable the world to function, and also for the US to be put into a line to be able to work with everyone across the globe, because multilateral platforms is the only way that we can enable the world to function.
Also, in another report concerning this back and forth between the United States and the South African government, the report says the South African government will not travel to the US to hand over the G20 presidency. The US will either have to come to South Africa or host the next meeting of head of states without an official handover. This follows months of tension which resulted in Donald Trump announcing the US would not be sending a delegation to the summit in Johannesburg next week and denouncing South Africa's participation in the forum.
This actually got me thinking. So We know that a lot of people from Israel have taken over with the Western Cape, as well as the USA digital nomads. On the other side, we are accommodating Palestinians, and they are at war, and the Israelis want the land of the Palestinians, the Gaza Strip. On the other hand, we have Saudi Arabia that has bought a lot of land in South Africa, in and around Africa, especially in the SADC region. And with the relationship that Trump and Ramaphosa have right now, and based on history of the USA, they're very reactive. And we know they can lie. I mean, use Gaddafi as an example, Iraq. Anywhere they've ever invaded, they claim that they are terrorists. This could be used by Trump as ammunition to get back at South Africa. And considering that our Navy is almost, our airspace, our soldiers, our security really is almost non-existent and defunded. This really could be dangerous for South Africa, no? What do you think?
Free Sudan and free the Congo and boycott the US. Definitely boycott the US. So this man that wears the wrong foundation for his face, he's really upset because South Africa have invited everybody to the G20. So he's not coming. He has made it very clear that neither him or any of the members in his country are going to be attending the G20, but he still has problem in whatever is happening in the G20. Now he says that he feels like there are too many people and they should not be called the G20 but the G100s because there are too many people. You cannot please people like that. You cannot please people like that. The US has criticized South Africa. I got this from DW Africa. It was on Facebook. It says the US has criticized South Africa for expanding the guest list for this year's G20 summit, saying that the gathering has basically become the G100. Washington argues that inviting so many non-member states risks weakening the group's core mandate. South Africa is hosting the summit in Johannesburg from the 22nd to the 23rd of November and has confirmed attendance of 42 countries. The G20 42 countries, G20 members, 16 guest nations and 6 regional economic communities. Pretoria says broader participation is essential for more inclusive global dialogue. I agree with that, especially for the global south. Speaking alongside US President Donald Trump is in the Oval Office, US Treasury Scott Bessent said that under the US G20 presidency starting, there would be fewer participants, obviously because exclusion is what they're known for. Who cares?
To me, I feel Trump is threatened by South Africa. Like, he has seen how developed South Africa is, and to him, he felt that, I think South Africans cannot do without me. To him, according to him, I think he knows that South Africa cannot do without America, and that is the reason why he felt threatened by South Africa. And for that reason, he decided to, come out on the press to say, I'm not going to South Africa for the G20 summit, that South Africa is not a place to go to. He said a lot of things. He literally said a lot of things. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. And don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe.